Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat, YouTube.com. Want to give you my thoughts on Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather. The fight, the thoughts. Now listen, if you're a fringe boxing fan like I am, it really wasn't the match, the pay-per-view that would kind of bring you back in to where you would want to be, where you're watching boxing regularly on the daily. As far as the fight, I think every time Manny brought the fight to Floyd, I think probably that was the best part. If not, the crowd would have been booing. In doing so, he walked into Floyd's strength of defense and allowed himself to be caught with more punches. Despite none of them hurting Manny, the judges used percentages to name a winner, which I think, in my quite honest opinion, is a crock. The fight was dead even. In my opinion, it should have been a draw. Floyd did his typical defense and running while Manny kept coming. Now, nobody was remotely close, I think, to being hurt at any time. No cuts, and they barely looked any different than when they both walked into the ring. If that's not a draw, honestly, I don't know what is. Floyd has specially, Floyd has specially designed a style to make money and allow the scoring system and everyone else to be involved in it as well. Let's be honest with each other. Floyd's a great fighter, though we can't compare him to Ali, people prior to his time. I think he's the best of what we have right now. And while he's extremely skilled at defense, that alone should not be enough to win a fight. That goes to scoring. Now, he calls himself a showman, but last Saturday night, Manny was the showman. If it weren't for Manny, I think the crowd would have been booing, as I said above. Objects would have been hurled towards the ring, quite honestly. Manny even said in an interview that Floyd wasn't doing much, and while he was taking shots to generate an offense, the punches weren't hurting him at all. Use this as a comparison. From that movie Rocky 2, you've seen Rocky, everyone had seen Rocky, right? Apollo knew he won on score, but he couldn't live with himself because he knew he really didn't win the fight because Balboa kept coming. Last night was the exact same thing, I think. Rather, not last night, but Saturday night was the exact same thing, except Manny wasn't hurt at all, quite honestly. You're telling me he lost? Nah, not at all. And again, for all your fringe boxing fans, if you want to come back into sport, that pay-per-view was not going to do it for you. Even if you're a boxing fan and you long to see that big money fight, this fight truly was not. I think last night was probably the final nail in the coffin, I think, for boxing. Listen, in summary, I know I used that Rocky reference, but Floyd won because of the scoring system. He won on points, but nobody really won that fight. There are times when it goes to a decision and someone is beat up, so they lose on decision, which is fine. Nobody was hurt in this fight. It's a draw. Until next time.